The second step in our Grading Made Simple workflow is to set up our Google Sheet for success. So in that Google Sheet, we imported some data from Teacher Dashboard. If you don't have Teacher Dashboard, you can create the columns A through C by making a simple Google form asking for their first name, last name, and email address. And that will populate a Google Sheet with their responses. And then you can add your columns with your feedback that you're providing your students. So let's go ahead and organize this a little bit and make it easier to look at. So first I'm going to select the first row, and just my preference to go ahead and center and bold those titles just to make them easier to see. And then I'm going to add in a formula here to total my points so that I don't have to do that manually. So in that second row there, where the first option is, I'm going to type equals and then sum, left parenthesis, and then I'm going to insert the number of the column that I first want to take the data from, so that's D2, and then a colon for through. And then so I want D, E, and F, so F is my last one, through F2. Oops. And right parenthesis and hit enter. And then it goes ahead and it inserts that formula for me. Then I'm going to take this little tiny blue square and drag that all the way down to the bottom of where my data is. And it will go ahead and copy that formula into all those cells. So next I want to take columns D through G. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on G. And then I just want to take that data in there and center it. It just makes it a little easier for me to look at. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I want to highlight or kind of add a fill to every other row so that it makes this easier to look at. The reason for that, if you have a really long sheet where you have columns going into like M, N, and O, you might not know where you're at, so it just makes it easier to view. So we're going to go to the Format option on the menu and choose Conditional Formatting. And then I want to choose the option way at the bottom, Custom Formula Is. And then I'm going to go ahead and type equal sign, I, S for is, and then even. And then I'm going to do a left parenthesis and row, and then another left parenthesis, and then two right parentheses. That will finish out my formula there. And so for every other even row, I guess, I want to add a background color. I'm just going to add a nice light green just to make it easy to see. And now the range is from row A1 through row Z100. So you can change that range, but I just like to give myself 100 rows to look at, and then through my columns A through Z. So save my rule, and notice it goes ahead and it creates a fill in all of my even rows, which makes this sheet a lot easier to look at, especially if it's a long one.